Hey, you guys, it's Melissa. I want to talk a little bit about how to get clear on what actually matters in your life, regardless of what's going on in the world around us. So, I naturally, I don't know, like every season or so, start to feel the need to just kind of sit down and evaluate where I'm at, how are things going, where do I want to be, just a life evaluation. I'm introspective like that. That's just like naturally what happens to me. It's not on my calendar. There's no like specific date I do this. It's just whenever I kind of feel the need to just to reevaluate. And so, February of this year, the infamous year of 2020, I started to feel the need again to just sit down, kind of get clear in my head and in my thoughts of what actually, where am I at, what actually matters. And the process that honestly Holy Spirit took me through was so I don't think I could have realized how helpful it would be specifically for the time that we're in, and for the year that we are having. And so I want to take you through that process that I went through. Um, and I hope it encourages you, but I hope it equips you to actually do the same thing, to get really clear um, on where you're at and what this life is actually about for you. What are those things that you're called to do? And there are going to be future videos down the line of really like what to do with it, how to start living out that life purposefully. So honestly, it was just one question that that I asked myself, and it was, at the end of my life, what is actually going to matter? And I sat with it and the reality and the perspective of that question enough to actually get really uncomfortable, because I want you to think about our days are numbered, right? And we don't know when that number ends. It could be like a week from now. We could be seeing Jesus face to face, or it could be 65 years from now. We don't know. And it's something that's uncomfortable. It's something that makes us emotional when we start to think about like death and our mortality and that our time on this earth will end. But I want to encourage you to sit with that question and the perspective of we don't know when the end of our life will be. Stick with me now. I know it feels a little morbid, but something unleashes in you when you get the perspective shift, when you kind of wake up to, oh, like today actually matters. How I live today matters, because I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow or next month or 10 years from now. And the clarity that comes from that, having that perspective, really helps. It helped me draw a line in the sand of, these are the things that matter. These are the things that deserve my time and my energy and my resources, and everything else, like I don't have to worry about. I don't have to get worked up about. So ask yourself the question and sit with, at the end of my life, what is going to actually matter? What are the things I want to leave behind? What are the things that I want to have accomplished? And I don't want you to get crazy and write this huge bucket list. I want you to get really specific and short. I had 5 things, and I'm going to go through them with you. I had 5 things for me that actually matter in my life. No matter what the season looks like, no matter what my job is, what my responsibilities are, no matter what's going on in the world around me that I can't control, these are the 5 things that I am responsible for, that I am called to, and that deserve my time and my energy and my effort every single day. So my 5 things are, you don't have to have just 5, but I wouldn't go over 6. My life priorities are going to be different than yours, as they should be, right? That's just like the beauty and the wonder and the greatness of God, is that He has called each of us to different things, different relationships, different callings, so that all of it is worked to his glory. So don't get caught up on your things, your life priorities have to look a certain way. Really just sit with and let those things that are important and that you know you're called to rise up in you and write them down. So here are my 5 things. Number 1, and they're in priority. So number 1 is number 1, and that is my personal relationship with God. Like when I see Jesus face to face, I want to see God as, I want to be seen as God's daughter, right? Like I want to know, like I have a personal relationship with God. That is my number 1 most important thing. Number 2 is my marriage with Joshua. Number 3, and I'm going to go through these honestly, just how they came out initially for me. I'm going to try not to like dive into expanding on them. So number 1, my relationship with God. Number 2, my marriage with Joshua. Number 3 is raising up my girls. Number 4 is using my gifts, my anointings, my resources to help others find and fulfill their purpose. That is a very specific to me. It's a call that I feel is on my life. It's something that I know I'm called to. It's part of my purpose. So that is number 4, using my gifts, my anointings, my resources to help people find and fulfill their purpose. And number 5 is leaving a legacy to help the generations behind me do the same thing. Leave a legacy of tools and resources to help others find and fulfill their purpose in God. And so those are my, that's my 5. That's my life priorities, that no matter what the season looks like, no matter what my obligations, my responsibilities look like, these matter regardless. And they take the cake over everything, right? Like they are most important over everything. And I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest with you, at the clarity that this brought me. I had no idea in February what would come and what we would face as a country, as a world, as a society. And I'm so grateful that I had, and I still have, like these are almost, it's almost like an anchor for me in this storm of life right now. We are just in a kind of chaotic, confusing, uncertain time in our world. And there's so much that we can't control. And instead of me getting consumed and overwhelmed and overcome by all of those things, I'm able to just like put on blinders and focus on the things that I'm called to, focus on the things that actually matter to me. It truly has helped me draw a line in the sand, and just say, this is what I'm here for. This is what matters. It has helped me it has helped our family make decisions, that are big decisions, but we know are right for us. It has helped me say yes and no to certain things. And to be honest, this is just the foundation that a lot of other things have been laid upon. So I want to encourage you. I know it's really easy to get overwhelmed right now. It's really easy to get to get wrapped up in all of the things that are going on, and to become so focused on other things that we're actually ineffective in the things that we're called to do. So I want to encourage you, and I hope this does, and encourages you and it equips you to just sit down and take a few minutes and write a short list of your life priorities, what you're actually called to do, what's actually going to matter at the end of the day. And let me know how it goes. I'm going to be posting more videos about this. What do you do once you have your life priorities? Now what? How to start taking action and living out a purposeful life today, right? Because tomorrow's not promised, but man, like there is goodness in today. and there is work to be done today. And the things that you're called to do. So I hope this encourages you and blesses you. Let me know if it does. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.